Elizabeth Warren's making noise now because she decided she will not hold a town hall on Fox News. Unlike Bernie Sanders, unlike Amy Klobuchar, she will not give their network the time of day.
Kathy, what's your question for Senator Sanders?
Hi, Senator Sanders. Welcome to the Lehigh Valley. So my question is, the definition of socialism is just a society agreeing to work together and combining their resources to make sure everyone is protected and taken care of. How can you challenge the idea that socialism is bad in the minds of the public?
You might have asked them, not me. But
is this going to be a constant thing?
No. No, it will not.
All right.
All right. You ask me fair questions, I will give you fair answers.
Thank you, sir.
That's the deal.
And you know, not everybody thought that I should come on this show.
And we appreciate it.
All right. Your network does not necessarily have a great deal of respect in my world, but I thought it was important for me to be here and have a serious discussion about serious issues. Sally asked a good question. Thanks for that question, Sally.
So let's go to those tweets where she breaks it down in full detail. Miss Warren. I love town halls. I've done more than 70 since January, and I'm glad to have a television audience to be part of them. Fox News has invited me to do a town hall, but I'm turning them down. Here's why. Fox News is a hate-for-profit racket that gives a megaphone to racists and conspiracists. It's designed to turn us against each other, risking life and death consequences, to provide cover for the corruption that's rotting our government and hollowing out our middle class. Hate for profit works only if there's profit. So Fox News balances a mix of bigotry, racism, and outright lies with enough legit journalism to make the claim to advertisers that it's a reputable news outlet. It's all about dragging in ad money. Big ad money. But Fox News is struggling as more and more advertisers pull out of their hate-filled space. A Democratic town hall gives the Fox News sales team a way to tell potential sponsors it's safe to buy ads on Fox. No harm to their brand and reputation. Spoiler, it's not. Here's one place we can fight back. I won't ask millions of Democratic primary voters to tune into an outlet that profits from racism and hate in order to see our candidates, especially when Fox will make even more money adding our valuable audience to their ratings numbers. I'm running a campaign to reach all Americans. I take questions from the press and voters everywhere I go. I've already held 2 town halls in 17 states and Puerto Rico, including West Virginia, Ohio, Georgia, Utah, Tennessee, Texas, Colorado, Mississippi, and Alabama. Last, I've done 57 media avails and 131 interviews, taking over 1,100 questions from press just since January. Fox News is welcome to come to my events just like any other outlet. But a Fox News town hall adds money to the hate-for-profit machine, to which I say, hard pass. What do you think about Elizabeth Warren's explanation of why she won't attend the town hall? Before we get into what I think, let's check out Chris Matthews from Hardball on MSNBC. His guest star Susan Page and Aisha Moody Mills. And you already know, they loved it.
Took our message to Kermit, West Virginia, deep inside Trump country, to talk to the people there about her plan to combat opiate addiction. And one place she'll be avoiding, however, is Fox News. Did I say it right? Fox News. In a series of tweets this morning, Elizabeth Warren declined its invitation for a town hall. Nobody turns down television, calling the network a hate-for-profit racket that gives a megaphone to racists and conspiracists and turns us against each other, risking life and death consequences to provide cover for the corruption that's rotting our government and hollowing out our middle class. Well, that covers all the bases. First question. You're a political tout. You don't take sides, but I know you studied the moves. What is the smart thing that Elizabeth Warren is doing right now? I think she's doing something very smart. What do you think it is?
Well, she's got a plan, as you may have heard, and you need a plan, although it's not sufficient. It's necessary, not sufficient. And she's also going on a particular theory of the case, which is generate the maximum enthusiasm among the Democratic base, which is what she's doing with the attack on Fox News, as opposed to the other strategy, which would be let's try to Democrats should try to win back some of their voters who voted for Trump but voted for Obama before that.
Aisha, your sense of what she's doing, because I think it's I think it's smart. What do you think?
I think it's brilliant. Absolutely, Susan's right. If you think about what happened in 2016, there might have been 7 or 8% of Obama voters who ended up going and flipping and moving over to Trump. But at the same time, there were about 9% of the traditional Democratic voters who turned out for Obama that actually just didn't turn up at all, that just didn't vote. And I think that Elizabeth Warren is making the calculus that it matters that the base is enthusiastic. To get more Democrats out to vote is the way to win. And you don't do that by hanging out with Fox News. The other thing she's doing that I think is brilliant is that she continues to lead the pack and to push everyone else on values and on ideas. She is very much staying true to who she is. She's saying that I am not going to help anyone. I'm not going to aid and abet in anyone profiting off of bigotry and hate and racism. I'm not going to be someone who helps corporations just get richer while they do the rest of us dirty. She's staying true to her values, and she's forcing everybody else in the field to actually have to make a judgment call and to check their gut on those values too. So I think that it is great. I think that she is moving in the direction that is right for her and for her campaign.
Now, I want to start off before I give my critique by saying, well played. I said well played. Of course, Elizabeth Warren is under no obligation to appear on any network, any broadcast, any network, any channel that she prefers not to appear on. To do otherwise would be to assume that she's obligated because Bernie and because Amy Klobuchar did it. That's crazy. Of course, you can choose where you want to go. All right, so I want to say that first of all. I'm not here to ridicule her for her rationale. I'm just here to call it out and call it as I see it. All right, so look, guys. A lot of what Elizabeth Warren said was true. A lot of what she said was true. Yeah. Fox News is there to spread hate, bigotry, false narratives, and spin stuff and profit off of misery and do all these things and discredit people and, basically spread propaganda to its audience. That's exactly what it's there to do. And it's there to make money off of it. And anyone who appears on that network is somehow contributing to that, even if that's not their intention. Even if you have good intentions, the purpose, I guess, of the network, you can't escape it. I wouldn't condemn a person for going on Fox News, though. But she's right. These are things that are all true about Fox News. My only problem with what Elizabeth Warren said here is, you can say the same thing about MSNBC and CNN and CBS and ABC and all the other corporate media entities out there that do basically the same thing. Yeah, you sure could, guys. So that's my first comment. My second comment is, it doesn't take much courage to call out the other side. I said, it doesn't take much courage to call out the other side. I saw some people out there, they were praising Elizabeth Warren for this. They called her gutsy. How is it gutsy to call out Fox News? How's that gutsy to call out Fox News, man? That's like calling a snake, a dog, water wet and the sky blue. That's not gutsy. It is what it is. Since when have Democratic candidates been afraid to call Fox News a propaganda machine, particularly under the auspices of Donald Trump? Come on, they're the presidential bullhorn. They're the platform, the propaganda arm of 45's reign. Everyone knows this. What is courageous about that? I'm still trying to figure it out. All you people who were retweeting her, all of you doofuses that were retweeting her like she said something special. No, it's never courageous to call out the opposite team. Courage is calling out the team you're on. I've been sitting around wondering, what am I going to do with Elizabeth Warren? What will I do with Elizabeth Warren? Oh man, I love Tulsi. I love Bernie. I love Mike Gravel. Andrew Yang has me interested. At least he's different, policy-wise. I don't care what his skin color is, policy-wise. I kept saying, what am I going to do with Elizabeth Warren? And now after seeing this display, I've come up with it. I know exactly what to do with Elizabeth Warren. Nothing. Nah, I shouldn't do anything with her. There's nothing to be done with her. Opportunist. As I stated, this is a smart political move. You get more love from the propaganda arms of who you're more comfortable with. You know, MSNBC, CNN, they'll treat you well. I've seen Politico run an ad on it. Run an article about it. Yeah, right here. A hate-for-profit racket. Warren refuses Fox Town Hall. Hey, they're already eating it up. The Massachusetts senator sets herself apart from Bernie Sanders and other Democrats who played ball with the network. Oh, man. It's already paying dividends for you, Elizabeth. Hope it's enough. Let's keep it real. Elizabeth Warren, this is very tactical on her, so we need to look at things through a tactical lens. Stop looking through things like this is just what she had to do. She's taking a stand. I don't buy it for a second. I think that Elizabeth Warren made a tactical decision based in strategy because, one, she knows when she goes on Fox News, they're going to be asking her about Pocahontas. I said, when she goes on Fox News, they're going to ask her about Pocahontas, the DNA test, and a lot of other issues that are in her background. Bernie Sanders and Amy Klobuchar and anyone else who went on Fox News that I'm not aware of, they don't have that problem. They don't have that type of stuff in their background that's already fodder for 45 that Trump has already been using. So I think it was tactical as well. Not just for that, but for a lot of other reasons. And one of those being, hey, it's just going to play well with the type of media that she needs to make inroads with in order to make more headway in her campaign, because her campaign is not doing so well. That's if you believe the polls. And when it comes to Elizabeth Warren, I somewhat believe them. She's not getting enough coverage, even though she has a lot of policies. She's got to mix it up. And I think this is her way of mixing it up. I'm not saying that this isn't a good move for her. What I'm saying is, it just shows she's playing political games. What candidate doesn't want to reach more people? I'm serious, guys. What candidate doesn't want to reach more people? Elizabeth Warren not going on Fox News is not going to change how much money they make. They're killing CBS and MSNBC and CNN. They're not even close. Man, more people watch Fox News than watch CNN and MSNBC combined. And you're telling me she's making this decision. That's without her being on the network. So what you're telling me, all of you people on Twitter who were throwing kisses, Elizabeth, that Elizabeth not going is going to change everything. Like Fox News is sitting back going, man, we're about to go under. I don't know how we're going to keep the lights on in this place. How will we afford our cushy jobs, our cushy car services, and our great spread of bolognas and cheeses and hams and pretzels? How will we afford Danishes next week? Somebody get me Elizabeth Warren in here. She can save us. Nah. They don't need Elizabeth Warren for anything. Tucker Carlson, whatever her name is, the mean one, they're doing just fine. They don't need Elizabeth Warren. So, but people are so gullible. Oh, Elizabeth Warren is standing up for us. Bless their hearts. Just dumb. Just believe anything. Just want to believe it so bad. Look at Elizabeth Warren, such a fighter. Man, Elizabeth Warren would turn tail and run on you so quick you wouldn't even know she was there. Like, we're going to go in here, Elizabeth Warren, we're going to give him a fight. Elizabeth! Elizabeth! Where you go?